on the tail.
Yeah. You should see us
Go get
right
stuff
about
time
now.
and hang it on the tail. Great.
Jack FM is live now.
Jack FM is live now on Facebook. Finally, Robbie, we made it.
Yeah,
Dude,
barely.
these internet speeds. All right, it's 103.5 Jack FM's Hangout with Drake and Robbie Lochner of Jack Russell's Great White. Robbie, thank God we made it on, brother.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right? We were starting to get a little frustrated up here in the studio. We got Jack waiting in the wings, man.
Yeah, we do.
Are you seeing me there?
I'm seeing you. I'm just going, what?
How strong is that drink you got going on?
It's pretty strong. It's water.
Oh, dude. I brought mine in the closed cup. You know what I'm saying? All
But
right,
next to it, I've got something else.
All right. Well, welcome
I'm
to the
heavy-handed.
Hangout, right? Welcome to the Hangout, folks. Welcome to our Facebook page here at 103.5 Jack FM. We've got a great night in store for us. Robbie, I'm going to let you kind of take it right here, man.
Well, we're bringing Jack in, Jack Russell from Jack Russell's Great White. And of course, you know, the voice and founder of Great White, Jack
That's
Russell,
right.
the legend, the myth, the man.
The myth.
He's out on his boat. He's anchored. He's in dock right now. He's been at sea for, I don't know. We got to find out from him.
That's it. Let's bring him in, shall we?
Yeah, let's bring him in.
I think they've waited long enough.
I know I have.
Yeah, me too, buddy. All right, here comes Jack.
Hey, man.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's happening?
Oh, just fighting internet drama. You know how it works out.
Yeah, not really. I try to stay away from as much as possible, man. It's a brain vacuum.
Right. So we got Jack Russell from Jack Russell's Great White. We got the new CD in the house, the acoustic bites, loving on that.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that very much, man. So, you know, we kind of got this new program going, Jack, where we just hang out and bullshit, have some fun, get your drink on, get your buzz on, and chill out. What do you?
Or not, for someone
Or
like
not.
Jack or not.
Right?
Yeah, or like me, I'm getting on my H2O going, you know. Or,
There you go.
as much as I do these days.
There you go. You know, I was letting everybody know that you've been out at sea. You know, I guess you pull out about 50 miles and just, you know, fish and live off the water. And we just, you know, I sent a message in a bottle out to you, I don't know, a few days ago, and you did get it. So you are here. I knew you'd find it because you're just that way. You know how to find stuff. It's like, I see that bottle, get it. So you came in, so you got some internet, and we got you on here, and he's showing the new CD, vinyl and everything. And I think it might be cool if you kind of take us back to like 1986, 1987, kind of give everybody a feel of what it was like when you were doing the record originally and what the scene on the Sunset Strip and everything from your experience was like at that time. It'd be kind of cool to hear from you. Just
Man, it was, I tell you, it was a whole lot different than it is now. I mean, you can't even, to try and explain it even to you who've had a taste of it, what the actual scene was like walking down Santa Monica Boulevard on a Friday, Saturday night. I mean, there was thousands of people literally stopping traffic. There was cops out in the middle trying to stop the street, you know, cars from crossing. People were cutting the cars off. I mean, it was mayhem. And everybody looked like Motley Crue. Everybody was dressed up with their hair all big and the fishnet stockings, and you know, the chicks looked like chicks, the guys looked like chicks. You know, it was a great scene, man. It one to never be repeated. I'm so glad that I came up in that era, and you know, because it'll never happen again. Those days will never come back again. All we can do is hope for partial return. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of encouraging when you see the vinyl getting sold and people getting into that. But back to what we were talking about. you know, it was funny because you could go out on a Friday and Saturday night and you'd see, you know, 6, 7, 8 rock stars. I mean, real rock stars, people that have sold, you know, millions of albums, hanging out at the Rainbow, you know, or at the Troubadour. I remember one night I was there, it was me, Glenn Hughes, a couple other people. It was like after the show, and we're up at the piano just singing and jamming. I mean, that kind of stuff you just don't see anymore. You know, there's not that camaraderie. There's not even that anti camaraderie. You know, it's
Right.
like, I mean, at least people stuck around. People went to each other's gigs all the time. You know, the club scene was so cool, and to where now it's like, you know, I don't know if people going out go to clubs at all. Did they go to the Troubadour? Are there any good bands there? Do they go to the whiskey? Are there any good bands except when I'm playing? You know, but I mean, I don't know. But the scene was. I remember doing the album. God, man, I remember that was so much fun. It was really surreal. I remember sitting there with the headphones on doing Rock Me, and here I am, picture this little, you know, 26-year-old kid, you know, alone in the dark in this big, huge room, you know, a little microphone hanging down, and I had all the lights turned off for ambiance, you know, and I had my tray for water and tea, and then I had a stool if I ever wanted to sit down, which I never did, and just sitting there with the headphones on. I just would love to sing, and the parts would come through, and I started singing the song, and I remember I do something really special, and I look through the window and see Kendall's arm come up in the air like that with a big right on, you know, over his head. Knew I nailed that one. So it was a fantastic time, man, for the band. I mean, we had just gotten, you know, the band solidified, you know, and we thought until Lauren, you know, had to get relieved of his position after the video for Rock Me. But that was one hell of a band, man.
One hell of a band. That's right, man. So the electricity and the energy of the music of the 80s, man, you just don't find that anymore. You know, you just don't.
And that was
No, you don't, man. I think it's something in the way people are brought up and the disciplines and I don't know. There was a thing years ago where my parents used to instill into me, you know, you can do whatever you want in this world if you want it bad enough. Just don't take no for an answer. And I don't think people, you know, for the most part, have that much influence on their kids' lives, or vice versa, will take that much interest in the things their kids are doing, you know. I mean, I know that Robbie, you know, is an exception to the rule. Him and his wife, Jessica. I mean, they take you know, a very uh, hands-on role with their daughter Ella, and their son Michael when he was younger. You know, and always push them to be whatever they want to be. You know, and Ella's grown up to be a fine young lady. You know, and I don't mean that fine young lady like Uncle Chester molester here, but I mean, you know, she's a good kid. She's got her head on straight, and I think that's what's missing from our generation. You know, I think that's why, and everything's gonna come out in the music, no matter what you do, because music is all it is emotion, and it's just kind of that's why you can listen to a piece of music and you could go, that was from this era, or that was from the Roaring Twenties, or that was from, you know, the 50s, or that was because you can tell by the sound of it. You could tell by the vibe of it. You know, the lyrics, the way things were saying, the things you were writing about. You know, good or bad. I mean, it was a different situation. You know, nowadays things are just there's just too much of everything, and everybody wants everything now. Give me, give me, give me, give me now, 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 and then let's move on to the next thing. Everything's disposable, man. Who needs a record? I could just download it. I don't want to have this thing and I gotta put my CDs in. I'll just keep it on my phone. It's horrible. You miss out on all the artwork and all the stuff that the band we take our time with, putting out, making sure we got a good cover and it means something to us. And we want our audience to know, what we're trying to put across visually as well as musically, So I don't know. That's just my take on it. But yeah, you missed a great time, man. You missed a great time. You were, of course, in Tucson.
Yeah, I mean, so I was playing through that, and actually we were coming out and playing in Hollywood at that same time. But we'd come out and we'd play every 6 months, and we'd be playing to, not that one, these, nobody knew who we were. And if by not moving here, it was just a joke. We'd come out and we'd play in front of 50 people.
Yeah.
We go back home and play in front of thousands of people, but come out here. And it's funny because the people in Tucson thought, you're going to Hollywood. They thought that we were going to be stars by going out there. And we knew the reality was we weren't going to go out there and play a show and we're going to be stars. It wasn't going to work like that.
So everybody thought.
Yeah. Well, we were smart enough to know otherwise, but it was like, then I also realized that, you know what, if we don't move out here, it's not going to happen for us because, we need to be playing regularly and meet people and know people. I mean, and I saw how the strip was just exactly like you said. You'd walk down and it was packed from the Whiskey down to Gazzari's, packed, and there'd be flyers everywhere. In fact, I went and I was pulling down flyers, and I still have them. I kept a bunch of flyers just as souvenirs. I've got a Poison flyer that says, swallow this one. And that was before Poison really was much, and I saw their flyer and it happened to be in the flyers. I also have some stuff with Warrant before they broke.
Wow.
So it's kind of interesting, but to play from the side of trying to do it from the side of already being there, it's different. But it was still super exciting to see all the people and people, there was guys that had hair that was so big, I couldn't even,
Oh, yeah, it was like tumbleweed.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like a big tumbleweed. There was guys with hair like this. I'm going, how is that real? I mean, how do you do that? I mean, I
The
can't.
9 cans of Aquanet and
Aquanet.
and those bars, like those elevator bars, you turn out, you lay upside down, inversion boots.
Oh,
No.
is that how they did it?
Aquanets and some inversion boots.
So I know about the chemistry between you guys. I mean, we all know each other, but when you guys came together, man, I mean, the energy between the two of you just seems off the charts.
Well, it's something really special. Thank you for noticing that. I mean, I would assume that it's kind of hard not to. With Robbie, I found something that I didn't think I would find again, and had lost over the years with Mark. I mean, initially Mark and I were the same way. We were attached at the hip, man. Musically and every otherwise. We were just on the same chord, and I never thought I would ever see that again, feel that again, even, get close to that feeling. And then now, since meeting Robbie and playing with him, I realized that, I found, another person that, sees things through, my eyes, musically, and we hear the same things, and it's kind of like that old folks, it's kind of like that old married couple, that finish each other's sentences,
Right.
That's kind of the way I like to describe it, because it is a phenomenon. It's not like something I think that happens a lot, because I've been in a lot of bands, and it's a rarity. It really is to be that connected to people, especially music, being so enigmatic as it is already.
It's very much like a marriage. But just real quick, just what you were talking about, this is what you know, people lived for back in the day. You got a nice gatefold, you got something you can read. This is what people went into stores and they would pick. Well, this of course is ours, but um, you know, you go in and you buy it because you like a cover. I mean, I discovered bands by looking and seeing a cover. That's how I discovered Yesterday and Today. Walking into a store
Right.
and they had the picture of them before they turned into Y&T. And these guys look like they kick ass, and they did, you know.
Yeah,
But
they
you,
did.
and then you would just go like, you know, and then you get it and you read every little word, and you know, you don't know what half the stuff means. Produced, what does that mean? Mixed, you know,
Yeah, right,
whatever.
right.
You know, I don't know. Sponsored, what is that? Why is Gibson on there? You know, but you just, it was just cool to have it in your hands and feel it, and you put it on the turntable. And
Well, it's something tangible, you know, and then you own it. I mean, this is yours. I mean, it was important back then. Nowadays, it's like it's not important to have a piece of music. You know, I have it on my phone. Well, you have everything in your phone. What happens if you lose your phone?
yeah,
You know, I'll get another one. But I mean, still, if you're a true music fan, I mean, a real fan of music, and all the things that it implies, you know, you're gonna want be one of those people that go out and buy the album or buy the CD or at least some form of representation of the actual, you know, tangible artifact, you know, that represents that band's music and represents that band. Every album has a different cover because every album has different music on it, and every album represents a different thing. You know, at least in from my viewpoint. You know, if every album was the same record, we just have a different same cover. You know?
yeah.
So the He Saw It Coming album, when you guys went into the studio, what was the drive that really pushed that album? Because I know the artwork has to do with you and Robbie as little guys seeing yourselves in the future. I mean, is that really the feel of that album is just so amazing. The Sign of the Times, My Addiction. We're talking some really great hits on this album.
You know, thank you. And I will have to say I agree with you. I was blown away at how good the record came out. And I know that sounds like you get to just go, oh, I'm so great, I'm so hot. I don't mean it that way. I just mean the quality of songs and the quality of the recording, considering you're dealing with a band that just got together really and you know hadn't had its full members for even I think a year. Correct me if I'm wrong, Robbie.
Yeah, that's right.
When we went to tape, so you know it's a pretty amazing piece of work. You know, I'm really proud of it.
Yeah.
It's definitely my hands down favorite album of all the Great White albums. And I'm talking all the Great White albums. You know, it's I always say it's in my top three, but yet it's still my favorite. You know,
I mean,
it just got a great sound and it sounds like Great White, I think, and I would be an authority on that if anybody would be. You know,
you know,
yeah,
for me, it's like it's one of my top albums, and it's not because we did it. It's because I mean, I have the,
no,
I feel like can sit back and listen to something, and I spend the time away from it, and then I listen to it and go, wow, you know, I really like it. I like the feel of it. I like the songs. They're eclectic. I just like it. And it's one of my favorite records. And it is just because I've recorded a lot of stuff that's not my favorite stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff. I go, well, you know, I hear a little bit of it enough, shut it off, you know. So there is that,
yeah,
you know, to know that, okay, I really like this. And it's just, I
yeah,
like it because I
absolutely.
like it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's not, I like it not just because it's ours. You
Yeah.
know, if somebody would have brought it over to me and say, hey, check this new band out, I'd be like, damn, those guys are good. You know, so that's a good feeling.
Yeah.
I
You
think it's
know,
very intimate. I think it's easy for the friends and family out there that are listening to this to feel connected to you guys and not just listen to music, but to build a bridge and have an attachment with you guys. Because let's face it, you guys are one of the greatest bands as far as getting people involved and making sure that people feel like they're part of a family and they're not just fans, or they're not just ticket buyers, that they're actually friends and family. And I think this album really summed that up and brought people closer to you.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's that the idea about music. I think that's really what it is anyway. I mean, the intention is to draw people together, to bring people closer, you know, and to have a good time. I mean, really, I mean, if you look at the times we're in right now, for example, perfect example, man, we're all, you know, hiding out, and rightly so, you know, waiting for the storm to pass. But, you know, what do we all have still? We still have our music, you know? You can still sit there and go, okay, man, I feel really dry, really down today. I put on a happy song, you know, or, you know, I want to feel bluesy today, so I put on some blues. But it can take you away from whatever situation you're in. So, you know, I have that there. It's like my psychiatrist. You know, music is my therapist. You know, however way I need to feel, I can go to music and say, hey, you know, fix me up, doc. You know,
Yeah.
and I think as far as bringing the world together, it always has. It's one of those things where you have that, you know, there's that unspoken word. Because I mean, you know, think about it. Music is one of those things that's beyond the human language, because it doesn't matter what language it is. I mean, if you like a song, you like the song. I mean, I freak out when I go like over to Germany and stuff, and you know, they're singing our lyrics, or they're singing them in German. You know, it's really whack. It's a trip. So, you know, it's definitely beyond all of that.
Absolutely. It transcends all borders for sure. And that's the great thing about even, you know, not even maybe being up on stage, but being out in the crowd. It brings you together, it unites you. And for a while, you just kind of feel that energy that everybody's connected. And it's lovely that way.
And certainly, you know, music does that. And I see a lot of people posting that, oh, music is getting them through, music's their therapy. And it's true. It is. It's a gamut. All the emotions are in there, right? And so there's a lot of healing involved in that. And it is a big family, like the JRGW is a big family of people.
Right.
And there are people, I mean, we should probably give shout outs to, like, Veronica's helped us out a lot getting, you know, this together, and a bunch of other stuff. So is Karen Kerr,
Yeah.
Sarah and Philip on Twitter, Brenneberg, and Dave
Bill
Harden.
Richards and his wife.
Yeah.
Bill, you know,
Scott.
Bill.
Yeah. Bill, yeah. And Scott Moon with the web.
Scott Moon, yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, there's a lot of people. We could give shout outs all day long, but I mean, some of the people that are admins and handle a lot of the stuff for us. Like
Dave Harden, I mean, you know, and Jen, I mean, there's so many people. And if we forget to mention you, please, just because we're retarded. But I mean, we have so many people in our family, you know, I mean, that we consider, when I say family, I mean, I really mean that. I mean, these are fans, started out as fans that became friends, that became family, you know, and there's no other way to put it, because we've been friends for so long. I mean, you watch them grow up, you know. It's like, I remember when you were in high school, you know, I could totally picture them, and it's really a rush to see that, you know, to see these people that were like little kids screaming and yelling in the front row, ah, Jack, ah, you know, big white rules, you know, it's hysterical. And then to see them now, they're, you know, 50 years old, hey, Jack, where you see it, big white rules. So everything this stays the same except for time, you know.
Right. So some of the comments that we're reading here and some of the questions, Jack, if you're okay with this, is Dana Selvey writes in that she wants to know if you still have the boots you traded some kid for here after the show in San Angelo.
Yes, I do. Actually, I do. I had them stretched out and they fit perfect.
So for those of you who are not in the know after the show,
the crisscross leather ones, yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
I was
together.
on the tour bus. I got him.
Jack
Yeah, I
kicks
got him
off
on
his
the tour bus.
shoes. Robert Lawless writes in. He wants to know what you have in your fridge, Jack.
My fridge.
Yeah.
God, just about everything right now. It looks like we're coming in for Armageddon. No, actually, no. We live on a boat, as you can see. I mean, yeah. So we don't really have a big fridge, and I'm not one of those people that really think we need to go out and everybody needs to buy every single roll of toilet paper they can put their hands on. I mean, if everybody just went out and shopped like they used to shop, there'd be enough of stuff on the shelves like there always was.
Right.
If people didn't hoard, there'd be enough for everybody like there always has been.
Right.
Now everybody's hoarding stuff like it's, the end of the world. It's like, dude, trust me, you can leave that extra can of beans on the shelf. You're not gonna need to have it.
Right.
It's sad because people are already of that mindset, and you're not gonna turn them around. It's just gonna be you're gonna end up when this is all over. You're gonna end up with a vaccine and a bunch of people pissed off because they bought all the rice in China.
So Veronica wants to know, Jack, if you've been shark fishing lately, shark hunting, shark fishing.
Lately, not lately. The water's just getting warm enough now. And right now with all this stuff going on, my priorities have kind of been like just day to day, although I am doing some work on the boat right now, on my alternators. But other than that, I'm ready to go as soon as the water allows.
Right. So
as it
tell
gets
them,
warm enough.
tell the folks what you actually go out there and fish for, Jack. So
Oh, I fish for great whites and giant mako sharks.
wow.
Yeah, it's a blast, man. There's nothing like it.
Conservation though, not eating them. Let them know that because it's illegal to.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
right, exactly. No, I catch and release. I catch and release. It's all about conservation.
Catch, tag, and release. Right, tagging them too.
Yeah, tagging them too. We tag them for fishing game, so fishing game can keep an eye on where they go, and that'll helps them acknowledge and the resource and figure out where the sharks migrate to and give an idea how many there are. I mean, every shark looks different. Every shark has different markings. Every dorsal fin is a singularity. So, by taking pictures of those, and keeping them on file with NOAA, and Fish and Game, they can keep track of the numbers of these sharks and where they go and where their movements and, perhaps how old they have to be before they have pups. There's a lot of things we still don't know. There's a lot of things that we still don't know about these fish. And so it's amazing. I'm hoping that one of these days I'll make a discovery that nobody has yet,
Right.
besides discovering a nice mako steak on my plate.
Right. All right, Robbie, we actually have a question for you, my brother.
Okay.
Brian Kensler wants to know if that was a George Lynch guitar that you were playing.
No,
No.
that's a Galvin guitar. So it kind of looks similar to the guy who built those guitars for George Lynch was what's his name? I've got it in my phone book too. I met him. God, I'm drawing a blank, but he built those guitars for George back in the 80s. And I actually knew another guy, Dallas Brown, who was building similar guitars at that time. I think Jack, you might know Dallas. He was around. He worked with Poison and Dio when Vivian Campbell was in the band and a bunch of people. And he just disappeared.
Yeah.
He was with Rat. He was with Rat in the early days as a tech. He just teching.
Yeah, okay, I'm trying to know who he is. 'Cause, yeah, we hung out back in those days with the Rap Boys and us a lot back when, we
Yep,
were all coming
you
up.
know him. He disappeared.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him, but he was building those guitars. But that particular guitar was William Gelvin. It's a Gelvin guitar that he built for Jack. It's a pirate guitar that he put together, and I use it for those videos. I was supposed to use it live, but man, that thing is so heavy. It's
Is
like,
it?
okay, it weighs as much as I do,
That's not
Oh,
much.
that's the one he built for me. He built for me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I played like one chord, so it's perfect like that.
So we've got one here taking you back to the Great Zeppelin album, Jack. They want to know, how big do your balls actually have to be to take on some Zeppelin tunes, and how did you pull them off so incredibly impeccable?
I don't know where my voice came from, except for I'd like to say God, because that's my belief system. I certainly don't take any credit for it myself. I'm just a receiver of a gift that's way beyond me, way beyond my understanding, and I have no idea how I was chosen to be the lucky winner of this, brand new 1950. It's I don't know. What can I say? It's a gift. It's a gift, and yeah, I thank God for it every single day. It's I can do so many beautiful things with it, and yeah, and I mean this with all humility. I really do. But I mean, I know that my voice is good. I can listen to it. I can hear it, and maybe maybe it's not for everybody, but for those of the people that do like it, they understand what I'm saying. But I just thank God, because it could have been anybody, but He picked me.
Absolutely. So I'm going to share a favorite memory. All right. So we've got a lot of memories together, but Jack, I got to tell you, my favorite memory happened actually last year over in Midland. And we were out there in Midland. You guys were playing with the Bret Michaels band. And we were all backstage watching Bret out on stage. You guys had just got done with a really great set. And I was sitting there and just taking in the ambiance. And I'm looking, I got Bret out there on stage. I've got Jack Russell right next to me. And I noticed that you were mouthing the words to what Bret was singing. And I thought, how incredibly cool is that camaraderie, that not only are you out there as obviously Jack Russell, but out there as a fan of the music. And it was just very surreal, man. And I appreciate being part of that.
Oh, well, thanks for noticing.
I didn't want anybody to see me.
He's a private Bret Michaels fan.
My private moment is ruined by Matt.
I'm a fan of music, man. I'm a fan of rock and roll. I'm a fan of everybody that's ever tried to do this. I gotta give props to anybody that has got up on stage. Me, Robbie, Bret Michaels, Nikki Sixx, anybody, Don Jock, and you name it, anybody that's gone up there and has sold 10 million albums plus. I mean, that's no small feat. That's no small feat. That is like anybody that does that, my hat's off to them. And if they play the kind of music I like, which is just fun, it's just like I'm just in a big time garage band. That's what I feel like. And I mean, let's just go still play out in the garage backyard parties.
Right.
I've never lost that feeling, and I think that's what keeps the band fresh and alive, is because I think we kind of come from that area, that place of garage bands. Never forget your beginnings. Never get jaded, and never forget how you started out. You got to you gotta not take yourself too seriously.
I
You
think
just gotta remember that you started it. Why'd you start it? Well, I had to get pussy, all right. But
That's still not the case. Come on, man.
No, you know what? I didn't, for me, it wasn't about that. It was about just having fun and making people feel good, you know?
Right.
And the pussy thing, that was a thing I didn't even expect, you know? Not that I bitched about it, but I mean, you know.
We're
That
all
was
over at our wives out of the corner of our eyes.
Yeah, that
What?
was many years ago, though. You know, that was many years ago.
Yeah, speaking of wives, why don't you have Heather come say hello to everybody?
She's actually downstairs.
Oh,
Oh, we all got our wives around us, so I think we have to do this for right now. But no, I get that, and I think you've accomplished your goal of making people feel better, giving them part of their soundtrack of their lives, and creating memories that they'll never forget.
Well, that's huge, you know, and that to me is that's something you told me when I'll never forget that we were outside the bus, and I've heard other people say it since. It's kind of like, you know, somebody says something and somebody else will say it, and pretty soon everybody's like, "Well, I was the one that said that originally," but I was there. We were outside one of your shows we had done. It was what we did with Lister Cult, and
Yep.
I was coming back to the bus, and you told me, you go, dude, you said, you goes, what did you say? You said, oh, come on, help me out here.
I remember we were talking, and you said, I'm not changing the world. I'm just making music and doing what I love. And I said, that's where you're wrong, my brother. You have changed the world. You've shaped a culture, and you've given people the soundtrack of their lives, because there's a song
Yeah,
that takes you back to a place where you can touch it, you can feel it, you relive it. You're 16 years old again in your Trans Am, out cruising for chicks with Great White and Mr. Bone jamming on the radio. You know what I mean? And I can feel it. I got goosebumps right now just thinking about it. It takes you right back there. And we all have those songs, and you're part of that, man. You're part of the fabric of our lives, and that's an incredible part and an incredible gift to leave this world.
that's cool, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'll never forget that. Well, I almost did, but you know what I'm saying? I always remember that night, and that was really moving sentiment, and I appreciate it.
Absolutely, my brother. All right, what do we got here? Dale Preston wants to know who Robbie's favorite guitarist is. That's kind of a loaded question.
yeah. I mean, there's so many great players that I like, but I mean, I have to say Richie Blackmore. I'm a big fan of Richie, for sure. Richie's kind of like, but I mean, I also like Van Halen, but I also like Albert Lee and, Brad Paisley, and there's just, the list will go on and on. But one of the big influences would be, Michael Schenker too. So, I mean, I could just go on and on. I can't really say a favorite guy.
So we have a two-part question now. We've got to switch over to Jack. They want to know, Jack, who's your favorite vocalist outside of, obviously you?
Steven Tyler.
Steven. Really?
Yeah, he still lays it down, man. The guy is amazing. He's 13 years older than me, and shit, he can mop the floor with my ass.
All right. So today, if the wind breaks and this whole pandemic thing goes away, you had the choice to buy a concert ticket to anybody living or dead, who would it be?
Oh, I'd go see Aerosmith for sure.
Aerosmith? Robbie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Right after we played, I'd like to watch them on from the side stage.
yeah, I'll go with that. for opening, or it could be Zeppelin with Bonham, or it could be Hendrix. I don't know. It's a tough one too. But I mean, if we're opening for Aerosmith, I'm all over that.
Right.
Opening for the Stones or the Beatles. Yeah,
That's so awesome. The Beatles, man. Come on. It doesn't get any bigger, right?
No.
All right, so we've got one person. Well, we've got several who want to come in on the call. Robbie, do we want to bring somebody in on the call?
Yeah,
with
bring
us?
somebody in to say hello or whatever. Sure.
All right, I'm sending out an invite right now to crypticcalling@gmail. So if that's your email, be watching for that invite. We're going to bring you live in on the Zoom feed here. So, Jack,
Yeah, man.
back out here.
Huh?
You ready to come back out here to San Angelo and rock this place again?
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me, man? I'm ready to. I've been cooped up in this boat for so long, man. I feel like I got a propeller going out of my ass. You know?
It's called hemorrhoids, brother.
Yeah, well, mine are made out of bronze then.
You don't want to start that up. Heather will kick you out of the bedroom.
I got brass balls too, big brass balls.
Right.
No, those are called anchors.
Yeah, when you get old man, they're anchors.
Right.
Old
I
man
just
balls.
brought mine.
Uh,
I hung them up on the shelf. We just talked to them. I salute it every once in a while. We don't need it anymore. All right. So as we wait for this cryptic calling to accept the invite, Robbie, take us through the regiment with Jack, because not a lot of people know how much work goes into this man putting on a show and bringing those lyrics every night.
Well, okay, here we go. If
All
we're going on at 9 o'clock, he'll get up at 2. Usually he's up before that, but he's got to be up by 2 to get into the shower to start his first warm up, and he'll start doing warm ups 6 hours prior. There's a one warm up, and then there's another one in an hour and a half. Then there's another one in an hour and 15.
no,
hour 15.
one more, an hour and a half. There's 2.
2 hour and a halves.
Yeah.
Hour and a half, hour and a half, hour 15, hour 15, hour, half hour.
No, hour 15. It goes hour and it goes an hour and a half, hour 15, and then hour 15, and then I go on stage 10 minutes after.
Wow.
And
So
that's what you get people who go, oh, can we do an interview? I'm like, it's kind of hard. We got to fit it in there somehow. And sometimes it'll happen. And other times it's just kind of tough to squeeze it in on a day like that, maybe after the show, different things. Because I'll get requests, in different towns for him to do an interview. I'm like,
right.
see what we can do. But, it's all about bringing performance,
Yeah, I mean, I do what I have to do to make sure that people get the best of me they're gonna get. I mean, I could just kick back and do nothing, go out there and sound like crap, take their money, and leave a poor taste in their mouth. But I'm not gonna rely on the name. I mean, to me, you're still only as good as your last performance.
Right.
I don't know. A lot of these bands get away with their fans. They just, even the fans kind of go, God, these guys ain't what they used to be. They still come and see them. God bless them. God bless them. I mean, that's loyalty.
I can remember I've been around you enough during the pre-show, but I took him out to DSW shoes one day, Robbie, and Jack and I go in there and we're shopping for shoes the same day as the show, and he starts belting out in the middle of DSW. And Jack, I'm sorry, but I peed a little, man. You can't believe the octaves and how intense it is without a microphone standing next to you. It was incredible. Patrick is coming in now. We got Patrick joining the room here. And this is Patrick. Patrick, can you hear us? Patrick doesn't have audio, apparently.
Yeah, you got to push your audio. Hit your audio. It'll ask if you want audio.
Hit the audio. Uh-oh. Are we running short on the inject button here, Robbie? You control it.
No, he's got to push audio.
Let me see if I can't get his audio going. I can't override it for him. Yeah, it's going to have to be on his end.
Yeah, you got to do it on your end, Patrick.
Okay, he says he can't hear.
All right.
Can't hear.
We'll take him back out into the waiting room until he gets it figured out there, and just have him enter his. Go ahead.
And as you're doing that, let me mention that when we go on stage, like Jack was saying, we how you were in the garage and stuff. I remember playing in parties and stuff when I was a kid, and it was exciting. 10 people would show up, right? We go out now, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter how many people are out there. Still, that's something that we have, is that sense of urgency, still excited, still want to get out and play. You know, it's not going out and going through the motions. It's like we go out and we have fun, and I still get nerves. You know, it's the same as it was when I was 14 years old playing in front of, 10 people.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
really-
yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing. You lose that, you might as well just forget it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want a job. I never wanted a job. You know what I mean? I could have got a job somewhere, but instead I opted for a career, career in music, which was, not an easy road to hoe by any stretch. I mean, people think, oh, wow, we're in success. Yeah, well, it's been a long night.
Hey, everybody, I can hear you now.
There we go.
Hey, how you doing?
Patrick, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are y'all?
We are
Good.
doing fantastic out here.
Good,
So
good.
welcome to the Zoom. We've got Jack Russell of Jack Russell's Gray White, and of course, Robbie Lochner of Jack Russell's Gray White, and me, not of Jack
Robbie.
Russell's Gray White.
Right.
Hey, Robbie. Hey, Drake. Hey, Jack. Big fan.
Right on.
Thank
Where-
you. Thank
where you at?
So, in fact, where are you? Where are you at?
I'm in San Angelo.
Okay, cool.
Right
Nice.
on. So if I had a question, let me ask you a question. What is your favorite Great White song? Or Jack
Well, it's
Russell?
always Once Bitten has always been one of my favorites. I remember it because I had some brothers that were teenagers, and they were listening to it when I was a kid, and I just kind of grew up on it.
Right on.
Save All Your Love.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that song right there, it still gets me.
Yeah, that was one of those songs that was kind of a 10-minute. I mean, I just sat down with the music, and I had the end of the back of a legal pad, the cardboard, because I ran out of paper, and I had like one shot at it, to write the song. So I just came up with it and just started writing, one line after another, and it was done. 10 minutes later, I had a song, and I looked up and I said, "Thank you."
Wow.
It was a gift,
Have you heard the new
And,
acoustic version?
No, I'm
Oh.
really, really, really wanting to.
Matt, I thought you were playing it on the radio.
I am playing it on the radio. He must be listening to the wrong show. You got to wake with Drake.
Working man.
That's right. So let's
That's
go to
the
the
problem. Got to wake with Drake. It's too early.
Yeah, that's it. That is the problem. So let's talk about the Acoustic Bites album here real quick. So some of the tracks from here, we got Lady Red Light, Gonna Get Ya, Rock Me, which is incredible acoustic. All Over Now, Mistreater, Never Change Heart, Fast Road, Living on the Edge, Save Your Love, and one of my personal favorites by you, brother, is Babe, I'm Gonna Leave Ya.
Yeah, that was that to me, that's that album. Ever since we did that show Unplugged, and to have the songs we did to play them acoustically, I was like, man, I want to do an all acoustic album, And then years later, it came around. We finally decided to do one, and I said, you know what, I want to do the Once Bitten album in its entirety, in its entirety. And all acoustic, and it really came out well. I was blown away. And some of the songs that I thought weren't going to come over well were the ones that came over the best. Like Live on the Edge and
Never Change Heart.
Never Change Heart. Yeah, those were some of the ones that came out the best, I thought.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jack, we got a question from Brian Thomas with Tradewind Sounds here. He did a show with you, I guess, called the Siesta Fest in San Antonio in early 2000s. And he wanted to talk about how incredible you were because it was pouring rain and you just kept on cranking. And
I remember that show. It was totally raining. And we're talking about downpour. It was like a cow pissed on a flat rock.
You sound like you're from Texas when you say that, brother.
Yeah, right. Well, you know, we do acclimate when we go. I'm talking to a Tex, and I tend to use my little Texologies, we want to call them, Texisms.
Texisms. You know, I didn't know for the longest time when they said God bless your heart meant that you were stupid.
Yeah.
They said that to me a lot. Or your cheese is done slid off your cracker, boy. Those are those Texas.
Your cheese done slid off your cracker. I just want to applaud the motherfucker that said, I'll snatch you bald headed.
Right?
That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
And that's getting a little too close to home here, brother. I got some
Now
passion.
you got to tell me about it, man. You got to tell me. Snatch me bald headed is one hair at a time.
Yeah, I got more hair on my back than my head. That's a bad thing.
Yeah, right. That's a little more 411 than I needed to know.
You don't want to see that big chested hairy man, huh?
Yeah, have your foreskin transplant on your head.
All right, so we got a somebody from Nebraska. Oh, hey, this is one of our old friends up in Nebraska. Curtis Ekman says, ask them if they remember opening for Striper in 1985 at the Pacific Amphitheater in Costa Mesa. I was there, and they were absolutely epic.
I do. I remember that night. We were doing Shot in the Dark, and it just started to rain. It was like a thunderstorm, and I went a shot in the dark. Right when I said shot, the lightning bolt hit, boom, and it's like right on cue. Like that, I'm a shot in the dark. Wow. I couldn't believe it. If I peed myself, I was like, no, that was like perfectly on cue. But yeah, it was a good show. Great.
All right, we got another one here from our friends over in California, no less. Have you ever said the wrong city while introducing yourselves on stage?
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I've done that 4 or 5 times. Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. It's hard to come back from, you know. Especially when you say it more than once during the show. And then some Robbie will come over and go, Jack, it's blah, 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 blah. And I'll go, oh. You know,
I can't remember where that's been at, but I remember that happening, and I'll be like, psst, psst, psst. It's like, that was last night.
That's awesome.
Horrible. Oh,
That's
pain.
awesome.
Well, that's what happens when you play a lot of shows. Sometimes you actually won't even remember. Sometimes you don't remember where you were last night. You'll be like, oh, hey, man, we were just yesterday we were at, and you look at everybody in the band. Where were we at? And everybody's going, I don't know. And then all of a sudden you get on stage and you mention last night's show.
Right. Yeah, I know. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a
Well, I
weird
hate
thing
to
to
say
do
it.
for a living.
And it's dark where you're at. Look at it's dark out there already. We're
I
still
know.
light.
He's over here
Yeah.
where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm still sunshine here. We got quite a bit of sun going on, you know.
Yeah,
All
so
right,
do we.
so-
I could take you all out to the yard. I wonder if I should take them out to the yard.
Take us to the yard.
Yeah, it's dark where you're at, Patrick. Wow, man.
It is. Yeah, it gets dark about 8:30.
That's my middle name, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah?
okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know
That's
that.
cool.
yeah, Jack Patrick Russell.
See, we still got light out. Look at that.
Oh, and the swimming pool.
Not that I use it, but maybe
Living
once
the-
a year, maybe.
Living the California dream.
That's the yard.
Big pimping over there.
Yeah,
bottle.
I got a swimming pool too. I got a bit of a
Oh.
pool myself. It's not, I don't know if you can see it though. That's my swimming pool. Partially, I don't know if it's splashed on there or what.
It's beautiful.
And it is what it is. It's not supposed. We had a big plankton die off the other day. It was a red tide. All the water was red. Plankton bloom, you know.
Mm.
So we got to give a shout out to Joan Chapman. You know that name,
Joan
Robbie?
Yes, of
Chapman.
course.
All right, so we got to give her a big shout out. She sent me over some pictures of you today, Robbie.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Jackie had bunny ears on.
Oh, I don't
Oh,
know.
there's apps that do it. I wasn't actually wearing them, but a shout out to Sean Baxter too. I forgot to mention him.
Don't change the subject, Robbie. It's all right.
Shout out to Sean Baxter.
I think they're like the ones like from Christmas Story, like the little suit he wore, the bunny suit.
Right?
Yeah.
The little pink bunny suit.
That's pretty much what it
Yeah.
was.
Looks like a pink nightmare.
I
Do you want to wear that? No, let's just take that off.
think we could probably get that to come in right there, can't we?
Oh,
I think Robbie's gonna. Am I gonna get scolded when this is over?
You're gonna get it.
It's all in fun, my brothers.
They're always thinking Texas are going. It's Texas. We're gonna go fairy hunting.
Oh, that's bad. So we got Joan Chapman. She was going to come in on the emails, but unfortunately she has to get up in the morning. But she said to give you both her love, and she looks forward to seeing you guys both again.
Yeah, she's on the East Coast, and she must be a little wimpy if she's not staying up. Come on now.
She said 5:30 comes early.
It does.
All right, Jack.
Yes,
It's time for the
sir.
Blue Lagoons.
All right, the Blue Lagoons. Yeah, that was back in the old days. Now, if you know about tour buses, they have a septic tank. You know what I mean? Where all the waste goes. Your pee and you're not supposed to poop in them. You're supposed to wait till for a truck stop. But every once in a while, people sneak a poop in. Because you're driving down the road in the middle of the night. You don't want to pull a bus over to crap in a truck stop. So anyway, one day we're driving down the road and it was a day off. It was a travel day, and this guy, this punk kid, he's got like this white car, it was like a Mustang convertible, with the white seats and the two chicks. They look like maybe tennis players, all dressed in white, and he's in white with a sweater over his shirt, tied at the neck. Looks total like the campus, Johnny football, captain of every team. And they're zooming around the bus, right? They're like stopping, like slowing, they're like making like turns around the bus. They're looping around us. And it's just dangerous shit, man. We're doing 80 miles an hour, and you got some knucklehead and these two chicks zooming around us. So I look at my bus driver and I go, "Is it okay?" He goes, "Blue Lagoon?" I go, "Yep." He goes, "Go ahead." So there's a switch on the bus, and what it does, it opens up the bay doors, the doors of the septic tank. So it dumps all the product out from the tank.
Secret surprise.
So and we call it Blue Lagoon because of the blue chemical in it, you know what I mean? Like you have at airliners or whatever in septic tank, they have that blue stuff in it to keep it from smelling so bad. So anyway, this I remember I was looking on the side of your mirror, all of a sudden the guy he's all in white, and all of a sudden, he was like totally blue, man. Their faces were blue, everything was blue. The whole car was blue, and they went and dished it off a ramp, man. Like barreling through the weeds and shit. I was dying. Laughing. It was so freaking funny, man.
So
crap, head to toe. I must have smelled so bad.
I did pay tribute to you. We were going through Atlanta or the backwoods in Alabama, and I got the camper on the back of the truck, and it's jammed up, and I can't get it to brake at the dump sites. So I found a back road and just opened it up, took the car real fast. And I actually Marco Polo'd you as I was doing it. I was like, Blue Lagoon, baby.
Oh, I'll have to look and find that one, man. That's crazy.
Crazy times. Alan Keeger wants to know, Jack, who would you rather duet with? Would it be Elvis or the Beatles?
Oh, the Beatles, man.
I
Beatles for sure.
that one.
I mean, nothing wrong with the King, you know.
Yeah.
But the Beatles were where it all started for me, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, we got any more from the production team over here?
Wants to know if Jack works on his boat by himself.
Jack, do you wrench on your boat by yourself?
Or do
All
you
by
play with
himself.
Some stuff, yeah. Some stuff I do, some stuff I don't. You know, sometimes I find it's actually easier and less money to have somebody else do the work. Whereas before I always thought it was cheaper to do it yourself. But when it comes to you add in the cost and everything else, sometimes it's actually cheaper to have somebody else do it.
Right.
But mostly I do it myself.
So Patrick, you've been
I have a
hanging
question.
out. Sure.
Yeah, I know this is a tough one, you know, but you know, as far as favorite songs go, I know you probably have more than one. So, but you know, if you had a top 3.
Top 3, wow. Rock Me. You saw
mean
it coming.
Great White songs or songs in general?
Songs in general, and
Songs
and Great White.
Oh, if it was just Great White, I mean, it's hard enough just doing just Great White. Songs
Yeah.
in general. Well, Stairway to Heaven, of course. I mean, that's, you know. And Your Bird Can Sing by the Beatles.
Yeah.
Still My Guitar Gently Weeps.
George Harrison.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's so hard to narrow 3 songs out of every
It
song that's been written. That's like, you know, you might as well see would you rather have a dick or pussy or none. You know, or both. You know, go fuck yourself. Okay, I will. I think I'll just do that.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
You'd never leave the house, would you?
No.
The boat would be rocking.
Yeah, can you imagine a kid? Oh God, whatever that thing.
Hey, Robbie, what about you, brother? Top 3 songs all time. Your opinion.
Oh man, I love the tracks off of that first Deep Purple. Well, it's not the first, but the Machine Head. Boy, I could pick a couple off of that.
Right?
Boy, that's so hard. There's so many great songs. How do you pick 3? You know, if I was stuck with 3 songs I had to listen to forever, you know.
Right.
I don't know if I could do it.
All right. Patrick. Let's
Yes,
hear
sir.
what you got. You asked the question, so now you got to answer it yourself, brother.
I would say that Aerosmith's Angel is one of my favorite songs of all time. The Unforgiven 3 by Metallica. Man, it's tough.
Save Your Love.
That was probably, yeah.
There you go.
It's there.
There
It's
you
there.
go.
It's there.
Take Your Love acoustic
Definitely.
version.
Right?
Man, I'm
the
gonna listen to that tonight.
Yeah, check it out.
Do I get a free copy of that tonight?
Speaking of the acoustic version, let's promo this a little bit. We've got Jack Russell's Great White. It's the acoustic bites Once Bitten, and the songs are fantastic. Robbie, where can they pick up copies of this at?
If you go to the Jack Russell Great White Facebook page, actually it's on Jack Russell Great White, the band, wait a minute, Jack Russell's Great White band.com is where the links are at. But if you go to the Facebook page, it's got the links on there, so it'll bring you right to it.
Right. All right. So I told you when you sent this out to me, because we had to go through a little bit of a trauma to get this out here, Jack.
Yeah.
I told Robbie, I said, send it FedEx to me, man. I said, but I want you to write something personal on the inside cover. And I thought it would be something, hey, brother, all the years, blah, blah, blah. We're good friends. Da, da, da. Here's what he writes.
You
Yo,
suck.
Drake, crank this shit up. And that was the best thing you could have put in there. I love it. I love it. All right. Looks like our time.
I'll write you something nice and wish you when I see you.
Yeah. I plan on seeing you later this year, my brother, for sure.
Well, man, well, let's hope everything works out and everybody stays safe from the storm. They come up with a vaccine soon,
Right?
Because, yeah, I don't know. I'm like my health's too fragile to be going out and, touring without having an surety that if I get sick, I'm not going to be, kissing the world goodbye,
Right.
You guys.
A big goodbye.
A good thing.
We're gonna make it through this. We're gonna make it through it together, and
Yeah, man, rock and roll. We got to stay together, man. I got stuff to do. I got records to make. I got shows to play,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're coming up to that time, guys. We got to wrap it up. Our Zoom meeting's coming to an end. Patrick, thanks for joining us tonight. I appreciate you, and keep rocking and rolling. And
thanks, Pat.
Hey, thanks, Jack Patrick. Thanks, Robbie.
Yeah.
Thanks, Drake.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome. All right. Thanks, Patrick. We'll see you later, buddy. All right. So, Jack, from the heart, brother, I appreciate you coming on with us tonight. I've missed you. I've missed talking to you, and I love you dearly. You know that.
Yeah, right back at you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the show. And thank you, Mr. Lochner. You guys have fun, and hope the show's a success. I'm sure it will be. And hopefully we do this again sometime.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jack, take care of yourself and give Heather my love.
All right.
All right?
Will
Is she
do.
there?
Actually, will.
She's there. Tell her
Yeah.
to come say hi. If she's not, then is she still downstairs?
Yeah, she's still downstairs.
Okay.
She's not feeling great, so
Okay.
but tell everybody she said hello.
Well,
Okay.
give me a
All
call
right.
later, my brother. I appreciate you very much.
You got it. I love you too, right?
All right, talk to you, Jack.
All right. Love you, brother.
Talk to you later.
Robbie,
Yes.
we actually pulled it off, man.
Yep. A little bit behind schedule, but we'll get it. It'll get better. And that was cool.
It was cool. And I think we should build from here.
Yep.
We got to talk about next week.
Yep.
We got Luis Maldonado of Train joining us right here.
Yep.
And that's going to be incredible. Who do we have the week after that?
Then we got Carmine, a piece after that. Carmine, so everybody knows Carmine, Rod Stewart, Ozzy, Jeff Beck, Blue Murder, Vanilla Fudge, Cactus. I don't know, a bunch of them. Of course, Luis is playing with Train right now, but he's also played with Glenn Hughes, John
Yeah.
Waite, Lisa Marie Presley,
See, that's the one I gotta
UFO.
think about.
He's done a lot of stuff. I mean, a bunch of stuff. And this is just stuff I find out casually as we talk, basically. So I'm
Right.
sure there's a lot of other things in there too. And then the following week, we've got, who do we got on the 20?
Well, I sent out a message today, a text message over to Adam Curry from Candlebox, and I ended up getting in a conversation with him and Kevin Martin, and they both agreed to come on the 25th. So-
There it is, Candlebox.
That's fantastic, man. And we've got a lot of people behind them too. Bill Leverty from Firehouse is going to be joining us at some point, and we've got a big lineup coming up. So I think the show's going to continue on for a while. Let's keep rocking it, man.
It will. And you know what? I'm going to do another shout out to Robert and Jamie Lawless and Atsuko.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're out there somewhere. So you guys, I can't see the comments, but I heard that there was comments there. So we're saying hello.
Yes, we're getting a lot of comments.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. We'll have more. We're going to probably be getting some country artists on here too, huh?
We
We're gonna
are.
find out tomorrow. We won't say anything right now, but it could be really cool if we get who we're looking at.
Absolutely.
Really cool.
We've got some big names lining up. So we'll make this happen. Thanks to you, everybody out there, 1035 Jack FM Facebook page, of course, coming over from Robbie Lochner's YouTube channel there, and all the different sites, the Great White page, Jack Russell's personal page. We love every single one of you, and we appreciate you being with us tonight. And I hope that you join us again next week. It'll be Monday, 8 p.m. right here on 103.5.
8 p.m. Central, not 6 p.m. on the West Coast. We're on
9
that.
p.m. on the East Coast.
6 p.m. 9 on the East Coast. Yep.
Right, 8 p.m.
This
right
time,
here.
hopefully, we'll be on time, right? Hopefully, we won't have the hiccups we had today.
We might have to try to log on at like 7:30 just to get the internet speeds up.
Yeah.
Right, but
That's-
we're gonna do it.
That's what we'll have to do. Whatever. It all worked out. It's all good.
All right. We love you for listening and hanging out with us. Robbie, you got anything you want to close with?
No.
The Magic Man. We'll see you next time.
All right.